Hey guys, Forex here, hope you're all well. What you're looking at in front of you is the two mega drives I repaired in my previous video. Now, there's nothing wrong with them, they're still working perfectly fine. What I want to do in this video is install a switchless region mod to this mega drive. Now I've already gone ahead and done it to this mega drive. I'll show you that. You can see the LED cycling through the different regions. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll show you a picture of that right now. Now what I'm going to be doing to this mega drive is exactly the same. I'm going to be installing one of my switchless region mods. If you want to get this board manufactured, you can do. I've released the Gerber files for this and I'll put a link in the description below to the video that explains more about this board. But yeah, let's get installing the switchless region mod into this mega drive. Seeing as I've already explained how you get into one of these later revision mega drives, I'm not going to show you that. What I'll do is I'll just whip the lid off and then we can get installing our switchless region mod. I've got the mega drive's motherboard out to work on. Now the first thing I want to do before I do anything is remove this connection here. This is where the old LED was wired in, and it's simple to do. Just come along with some side cutters and you just chop it like that. Goodbye. Now to prepare this board, there are 3 traces that we need to cut. There are 2 on the front side and 1 on the back side. So I always do the one on the back side first. Now the trace we're going to cut is here, just here. And what that is that's the reset. And obviously when we press that button, we don't want the console to reset. We want our switchless board to take care of the reset. So I'm just going to come along and I'm just going to cut that trace, and then when I've done, I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know how well this is going to come out in camera, but you may just be able to see, here's the trace that I've cut just there. Now if you want to, that's the only trace you have to cut on the bottom side of the board. You can actually put this back in the bottom case if you want to. The final 2 traces I need to cut are to the right of the board. You can see them just here, just to the right of this RAM chip. Here they are. They're the language and video mode selection jumpers. What I need to do is cut these 2 traces just here. Now your jumpers may look different depending on what region you're in. Obviously I'm in a PAL region, so these are set up for PAL English, 50 Hz English. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these 2 traces, and then when I come back I'll show you what that looks like. That's both the language and video jumper traces cut. What I need to do now is just remove a little bit of solder mask from this trace here. I need to put a blob of solder on it because that's our reset. So I'll go ahead and do that and then show you what it looks like once I've done. I went ahead and done that. I scraped away the solder mask and put a nice blob of solder on the trace. You can see it just here. That allows me to solder a wire to it. That's the reset. So what I'm going to do now is install the switchless region mod. Now the first thing I need to decide is where to put the switchless region mod. Now I normally put it on top of the Z80 like that. Now you may be asking, will that stop the heat coming out of the Z80? No, because these Z80s barely get warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of hot snot on the back of this board and I'm just going to stick it on top of the Z80 like that. That's a switchless board securely connected to the top of the Z80. That's not going anywhere. What I want to do now is run power and ground to this thing. Now I'm going to show you where I get power and ground from. If we look at this connector again, the language and video connector, on the right hand side, you'll see it goes JP1, JP2, JP3, JP4. Now JP1 is ground, JP2 is +5, JP3 is ground, JP4 is +5. Now I get my power and ground from JP1, which is ground, and JP4, which is +5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire that in, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. As you can see, that's my power hooked up. That's powering the Switchless region mod board. What I want to do now is hook up the language and video. So I'll go ahead and do that and then show you what it looks like afterwards. That's video and language wired in. What I need to wire in now is reset button and reset. So I'll go ahead and wire those two in, and then I'll show you again what it looks like. That's the reset and reset button all wired in. What I need to do now is wire in the region indicator LED. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do that and then show you what it looks like afterwards. That's the region LED installed. What I'm going to do now is just give it a power cycle, just to give it a quick test, and it started up in red, so that will be Japanese, and you can see we've got 4 borders. Now I'm not going to go through the full test, I'm just going to change it to European, which should be green. Let go, we get a blink, console resets, and there's our borders. So yeah, that looks to be working okay. What I'm going to do now is install this LED into the top case. To remove the old LED, sadly we have to cut it out. The reason for that, because everything is heat staked in these later revision mega drives. So yeah, here's the old LED, you can see it just there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, and then when I've done that I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I use my side cutters and a Stanley knife to cut out the old LED. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to glue the new LED in place. That's the new region indicator LED in place. I just put it in, put a little bit of Gorilla super glue around there, and that should be locked in place now. What I'll do is I'll just leave that for a couple of minutes to set, and then we can get the lid back on this thing and I can wrap up the video. We're all back together. That's both mega drives switchless region modded now. So let's power on the one I've just done, and as you can see it started up green, so that is Euro power. And we can tell that because we've got the borders. If I switch it into US, so green is PAL, orange is US, and red is Japanese. So I'll just get to US, which is there. Let go, we get the blink, console resets, and there we go. We're in US mode now, and we can tell it's gone to 60 Hertz because the border's gone and I'm getting that camera clash with this shutter and the 60 Hertz. So yeah, there you go guys. I hope you like the video, more of a vlog video. So yeah, hope you like it. Please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and as always I'll catch you on the next one. Sweet.